Welcome back to my YouTube channel now, guys. If you are new here and you've never seen my lovely face before, please don't forget to hit the like button, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Now today's video is a tier listing of the greatest wrestlers of all time, so enjoy.
Right, okay, welcome. This is the best wrestlers of all time tier list. So here we have GOAT, great, good but not great, not at full potential, and trash. So to start off, we're going to do Seth Rollins, and I'm going to put him in the great category. I don't know why, I just feel that he's not one of the GOATs of all time personally. So yeah, next I'm going to do Great Khali, and now he was a trash wrestler. He was a very not that good of a wrestler in my opinion. They only pushed him because he was big, and yeah, basically that. Bret Hart, I think Bret Hart can be considered is on the verge of being one of the greatest of all time. He's very close, but I still think he's a great wrestler though. Triple H has to be one of the GOATs. He was one of four faces of the Attitude Era, and the Attitude Era was one of the best eras in the WWE history. Rob Van Dam, I felt if they had pushed him more, he might be a great wrestler, but for me, I think he's good but not great. I think he's still a good wrestler. He won titles with the company, but I think in his time in WWE, they didn't push him as much. And when he was in other companies as well, like TNA, I didn't think they pushed him as well as, in my personal opinion. Chris Jericho has to be great because his not just his wrestling style and his wrestling commitment, his actual mic work is very comedic, and I love a bit of comedy, especially during when he was in partnership with Kevin Owens, when it was his list phase and his it phase back in 2018, 5 years ago. So that era really made me like Kevin Owens. Big Show, not at full potential. I felt he's a decent wrestler, but kept on face he kept on changing a lot, like face to heel too many times. And they just didn't use him a lot. He hasn't won much, so he's starting some big matches, but he didn't. Hasn't done a lot. Now Ric Flair is one of the goats of all time, in my personal opinion. He is a true goat. He practically inspired a whole generation, and he's the only one of two men to win 16 world titles in WWE, and WWE is the top of the peak for wrestling promotions. AJ Styles, I think he's a great. I think he's one of the greats because, especially now, I think he did well. He had a great early career in TNA, and then when he came to WWE, he excelled from there. He's been virgin a little bit. He's gone backwards since his partnership with Omos. I think it's because he's getting on a bit. So I think he's in his last couple of years as a wrestler, but he's had a great career, so he has to be as one of the greats. Kevin Hart, again, one of the greats. I don't think he's one of the main faces that you'd remember from the Attitude Era, but he is a very good wrestler. Part of the NWA, he was in WCW. When he left WWE, he's a really, really good wrestler. Alberto Del Rio, trash. He was a decent wrestler. He has world titles into his name, but the controversy surrounding it and his overall attitude apparently isn't great. So, yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin, great. One of the GOATs. Him, Triple H, and The Rock and Undertaker were the four main faces you would want to see in the Attitude Era. They were the main four guys you were going to see in the Attitude Era, and The Rock were pretty good as well. But Austin is just a badass. He was arguably the best wrestler in that time frame. Baron Corbin, trash. No need to explain why. If you watch WWE today, well, if you've watched WWE since 2017, you'll know why. Hulk Hogan, one of the GOATs. He pretty much started WWE from the ground up when it was back in the 80s. He was one of the main faces on with Ultimate Warrior and Andre the Giant. So he was a really good wrestler, one of the GOATs. Dean Ambrose, good but not great. I felt he was severely held back in WWE, and he's had, I don't know, a few good runs. So yeah, I personally think that Dean Ambrose, well, could have been done better in the WWE. But yeah, CM Punk, when he was in WWE, he was one of the greats. He had a good career, but shame about how it all ended. So it's why he held back. If not, he's very close to being on the good but not great, but he's nowhere near one of the GOATs of all time. Rey Mysterio, he's a great wrestler, one of the best Mexican lucha wrestlers of all time. He's done a lot, and his work ethic and personality is bar nil. He's a very good locker room leader, apparently. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is one of the GOATs of all time. I've explained it before, the amount of wrestling titles he won, the amount of storylines he did. He was, along with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, and Triple H, the wrestling guys of the Attitude Era. Daniel Bryan was a great wrestler. Shame about the injuries that held him back. So, considering who's in the actual GOATs, I don't think it's enough. Edge, personally, very close to being on GOATs, but I think there was a few other guys who that edge edge out in it in a way for me. He's still a great wrestler, but I don't think he's one of the greats of all time, in my personal opinion. John Cena, yeah, he was the face of WWE in the PG era. He's been the face for 20 plus years of WWE. He's now done what Dwayne Johnson and Dave Bautista are doing, gone into acting now, but I feel that he pretty much did he stole some things, but he's still a very decent wrestler, very good character, especially when he started. But the only other man to win 16 world titles in the company, very, very good. Kane, I would have to put him in the greats because something for me edges Kane out. I just don't know what it is, but Brock Lesnar, for me, good but not great because he's won titles. He's a very good wrestler, but his character is just, especially in his latter years, he's gotten better. But I think he just didn't have enough characterization for me. I think, and he's a part time as well. And he would only come back just to defend the Universal title a couple times a year, which was quite annoying because we need basically a world title. And at least Roman's a part timer, but at least he shows up all the time now. Brock rarely showed up. Mask Kane. Mask Kane has to be. I think he's still great. I just think I don't really know with this one, but yeah, Kurt Angle, great wrestler, but I think he's held back for me. I think he was held back for me. So yeah, Randy Orton has to be one of the greats. Him and John Cena were the two main guys of the PG era, so I can't argue with that. And the memes speak for themselves. So you've got to put Randy Orton in the goats. Dave Bautista, I think he was a great wrestler. I think the way WWE treated him just puts him back. Now, this is going to be a controversial one, but Roddy Piper, I think personally, just I've never seen this stuff, so I know he's a good wrestler, but I don't think he would. I've never seen him, so I wouldn't know. Undertaker has to be GOAT. Has to be. He's one of 7 greatest of all times in this list. No question about it. 30 years he wrestled for. The 30 years Mark Calloway, what he did with the character of The Undertaker was just incredible. 21 wins at WrestleMania in a row. Multiple world titles, 30-year career. What can you say? He's my personal favorite wrestler of all time. So I just don't know where else to put him. And Mick Foley, he was a great wrestler in my opinion. So I think, yeah, Mick Foley, definite great, but I just don't see him as in the greats of all time. So yeah, that is my list for the WWE or best wrestlers of all time tier list.
Right, so guys, that's the end of the video. Now, don't forget, if you are new here and you've never seen my lovely face before, make sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Hope you guys liked the new intro in my new video. You guys chose the second of the two intros from my last video, so that is my new intro for the forthcoming future. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Take care. Peace out.